Alright, so I got some questions about My Hero Academia Quirk applications, and I want to share because I think it's fun. I'm not expecting any actual answers to these, but it's a cool thought exercise, and I'm excited to see what people come up with in the comments. So let's start with Monima's quirk, Copy. Got a bunch of questions here. Let's say he copied All for One. For simplicity, the villain is AFO, the quirk itself is All for One. So All for One steals quirks and stores them in the user's body. Unlike One for All, I don't think they become part of All for One the quirk. So they're still separate, just contained in AFO's body, since he can pass them on one at a time. So, if Monima used Copy on AFO, would he get All for One, or would he get all the stored quirks since they're separate, unlike One for All? Or would he get something random from AFO's collection? And in that same vein, if he did get All for One, could he then steal quirks and keep them even after his All for One timer runs out? And could he copy All for One, then use it to steal the original All for One from AFO? And then what if he copied a Nomu or Gigantomachia? Would he get all the quirks or just their original one? Or a random one? And now with One for All, the base form is practically worthless. It only builds up power as it's passed on to new people. So what if Monima copied One for All and then passed it on to someone? Would that person get it? And would they keep it after Monima switched or his timer ran out? And now, Toga's twice clones. If he copied one of the clones, would he get Twice's quirk or Toga's? And would it be different if he copies the original Toga while she was transformed? So that's enough copy for now. I have another AFO question. So if AFO had taken Dark Shadow, would his head have changed to be more like Tokoyami's? What would have happened to Tokoyami's head? Besides that, would he get his own Dark Shadow, or would it still be the same Dark Shadow Tokoyami had? Thus, more able to think for itself and rebel against AFO and fight him from the inside. And one more One for All question, this one regarding Eri. So, because of the way both All for One and One for All work, and the way her rewind works, it's generally accepted she couldn't rewind All Might back to when he had One for All. Okay, fair enough. But she could rewind his body back to its physical prime. If she did that, could Deku then pass One for All back to him? Before the finale, obviously. Now, building on that, All Might had a lot of surgeries and artificial parts put in just to let him survive. So if she did rewind him to physical prime, what would happen to all the stuff corrected with surgeries? Especially the artificial parts. Didn't seem to bother All for One, but in that same vein, let's say someone gets their hand cut off and is lying on the ground. Eri goes and rewinds the person, thus restoring their hand. What happens to the hand on the ground? Does it disappear? If not, can they just endlessly create hands until her power runs out? Maybe do that with kidneys? Okay, moving on. Can Lizardy fly? Because she can split her body into a bunch of pieces and control them independently. She's also able to speak through her mouth, even if it's detached from her vocal cords. So I infer there's some kind of entanglement going on here. But we see she can move her head or eyes or whatever through the air unassisted. So, can she just fly without detaching any body part? Can Aizawa erase quirks if he sees the person in a mirror? It shouldn't work through cameras, even live ones, but he does have to see their real body. It does work through glass or plastic, as shown in the interrogation room and with goggles, but mirrors? If yes, can he erase his own quirk? Like, say he erases one guy, then looks in a mirror and erases himself. Would the first guy's quirk come back? What is the range of Overhaul and New Order? Let's take these one at a time. Decay is a modified version of Overhaul, and its upgraded form has a huge but still limited radius. Is Overhaul the same way? And New Order, she can use her quirk on air. If she touched the ground and said Earth will disintegrate in 5 seconds, would that work? And if it did, does it encompass the entire Earth, or have a radius like decay? Would it go all the way down to the Earth's crust, or just the dirt above sea level? Could she use it on liquids? Can she touch the ocean and say, water will turn to ice in 5 seconds? How far would that go? Can she create life? Can she touch a snowman and say snowman is alive like Olaf from Frozen? Can Best Jeanist draw and quarter people? Like, what's his max PSI? In the final battle, is there a good reason Edgeshot couldn't just shred Shigaraki's brain or heart? I mean, I know his body is practically made out of pure anime bullshit by this point, but couldn't he have gotten in there? If Stain tasted the blood of one of Twice's clones, would that disable all of them? Or just the one clone? Or just that strain going back to the source? Last one, not too crazy, but interesting to think about. Sun Eater, probably my favorite character in the show, wish he had a bigger role. If he ingested part of a human, would he be able to use their quirk? He ate the crystals from the one guy, but I don't think that's the same. Likewise with Nejire's power. And when I say part of a human, this could also be like saliva from kissing them. I'm just wondering, can he use their quirk? So that's all the questions I have for now. Let me know what answers you all can come up with, and if you have any questions of your own. So that's it for now, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment and like. I'll see you later.